I would like to know one takeaway information that we could share with our viewers. What is the best thing? One single thing is exercise. Is one benefit.
I think, first of all, having a daily exercise program. And before my therapist comes, I have done 20 minutes of stretching, which is like I'm so conscious about the stretches, which are so important to, start the exercise, to build the muscle. And even if I have to climb upstairs, I make sure I stretch my calf and do the hamstring stretch before I climb, holding my core. So I think the one benefit is that my muscles are much relaxed for the after the exercise, for the activity in the day, where I take enough rest, do the enough icing. When there is pain, I do the icing that has been recommended. So the very fact that I'm able to now sit for longer time, right, and I have started all my activities is a
Marked improvement.
yeah, marked improvement on that exercise help. I think that's the only thing that will help, because there are different sets of muscles. I When she says this is the muscle, is that muscle, that therapist will ask me, is that muscle activate? I say no. And she'll say shift a little bit. Then I'll feel the muscle. Some muscle which we have never learnt in our, even in our studies, or we never learned, they're not the large group muscles. So they know exactly where the pain is coming from, which muscles need to be activated and strengthened. And just to get that feeling that that muscle is getting activated and strengthened is feels so good, because I know that's the one that's going to make me strong. That's the one that's going to make me do things that I want to do. Because you can't uh, say this is it, I can't do anything more because I have pain, and I'm constantly, that's the space I have been in,
Yeah.
where I'm telling people that I can't do this, I can't come here, I can't go there, I can't sit for long. It's like constantly now it's so much of hope, that I can from
That's what
can't.
spark is.
Yeah.
Doc always says, we are just a spark and you have to fire within it.
Yeah.
So
So it's so true. It's so true.
and our
Yeah.
tagline is move and heal. So as you start to
Yeah.
move your muscles,
Yes.
and you save your muscles, because
Right.
we believe muscles are going to get you away from your lifestyle diseases.
Yeah,
The more
yeah.
muscle you lose as we age,
Mm.
and like how we lose the bones and
Yes,
degeneration and osteoporosis and all, muscle also is going to be atrophied over the course.
Mm.
I mean, as we are aging. So we believe to save the muscle, all of the lifestyle diseases are at away.
Right,
I don't
right.
think we need to be worrying
Yeah.
about it. So I wish you a great success on your gathering muscle.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted to ask you, ma'am, uh, what do you think as we as citizens? I mean, I am a follower of you. I keep watching your videos. I'm so inspired by it. I'd like to know, as in, being conscious of our own environment, what can we do? Some simple things that we should be doing.
Yeah. That's
We owe it to you.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this is one planet, one ecosystem that supports life. You know, we have air, water, and soil to grow our food. It supports life. And what are we doing? Because human beings are the only species that generate things that the earth can't digest. Every other species is like lives in harmony with nature. There are billions of species that live on this planet which are threatened because of our lifestyle habits, right? So the first steps to say that, people talk about climate change, this threatening, we are seeing fires, we are seeing floods, we are seeing unseasonal rain, we are seeing everything that is coming in huge proportion. It's like hitting us. And it's time that we all contribute as citizens of this beautiful planet. We owe it, because it gives us, and we have to return something back, right? That is the law of nature. We have to give
going
it.
through the guilt trip, because
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I always feel. What have I done today? I haven't done
Yeah.
anything for my
Yeah.
own environment,
Yeah.
my own self.
Yeah.
What you're saying is
Yeah. Guilt is when you're already on a practice and you're not very
Yeah,
sure
it's
if you're
a
doing enough.
emotion, absolutely.
If you're doing enough. There is some of us who are not even aware that we can contribute.
Correct.
That on our daily small practices we could make a difference. So the first steps is be conscious of anything that you use, because there is something called the resources on this planet. We utilize them, and then after use, what happens to them could pollute our environment. We don't see that. So there is depletion of resources and there is pollution happening. So I, as a citizen of this planet, who needs to take care of the environment so that we can leave a better planet for the future, I need to take many actions as I go into this journey. So, one of the first things we can do is say no to single use. Anything that is used, resources are used to make a product, and the product is used very short time and then discarded for it to go and end up in oceans, lakes, in the landfill, or in your drains, clogging the drains. That we should completely refuse. So that could be the first step. And the second step is conservation. How do I conserve water? How do I conserve wastage? Right? The way we live is like we use a lot, we order food and we waste half the food. So we need to also see that this is produced by farmers, and when it comes to us, there is a lot of efforts that has taken, carbon miles to travel. We have to be conscious of that too. And to me, the one daily action that I'm very proud of, and I feel that is the kind of rent I pay to stay on this planet, is composting. Because when I hold back 60% of my waste, because compostable waste from our kitchen is 60% of the total waste we generate every day. If I hold that back, create that beautiful black gold, and grow a little food and understand what food is all about, I just complete the entire cycle at home. I'm holding back. I see a beautiful ecosystem around my home, with all the greenery, the food that I'm growing. There are monkeys, squirrels, birds, butterflies. So you are bringing nature close to your house. So for everybody to connect to nature, because we are all disconnected, especially children are completely disconnected from nature, the natural world. So bring the nature into yours. By composting, it is an activity that happens in nature all the time. And that beautiful magic is happening in your home, in your balcony. So it could be so, you feel so good about being in a space like that. And it's available to everybody. All of us can. We don't have to give reasons of, I don't have time, I don't have space, I don't have the energy. It should become a part of who you are, because we need to constantly contribute to a better ecosystem, the environment.
Absolutely. We have an exercise called rooting. We teach our patients like to connect to the earth and gain the strength from the earth. How the electromagnetic force starts to move in you, and gravity starts to work in you. Now, when we start to build the ecosystem around us and we don't have nature connection at all, disconnected so much, and we're so airy and all that.
Right.
Now, this what you're saying makes a lot of sense. A lot of our patients who could build that around them and staying connected to rooting. That
it helps with mental illness is in high. People are stressed so much. I think one activity like having a little garden, even in your balcony, growing something, it could make a big difference. Touching soil is amazing.
I agree with that completely. Having heard so much from you now, I'd like to see your black gold. If we can, move to your terrace and show us how you compost. And
please, I'll be very happy to show you.
Thank you.
Composting is such a great activity. All the peels that we generate from our kitchen need not go out, because this is what generates methane when it ends up in a landfill. So we can stop polluting the environment by actually putting it into compost bins. So you can use any kind of compost bins. These are the greens that you add. These are the fresh greens that you add. Along with that, adding some dry leaves. Dry leaves are available all over. In season, you get so much dry leaves. Just putting some few handfuls of dry leaves into it. And then, just mixing it up. It's like a wonderful way to create compost. So you can see here. This is the black gold. This is an amazing compost. It's full of life. One handful of this, they say there are more organisms than the number of people on this planet. Number of human beings on it. That's the kind of life it supports, because it's organic waste. And organic waste belongs to soil, building soil. Now, food should come from a living soil. So it's important for us to grow some food, at least to understand our choices about food we eat. So today I have moved away from buying food that I don't know where it comes from. It's like I should know who the farmer is, where it's sourced from. So I'm a part of a collective, and every week I get my vegetables, groceries, fruits from marginal farmers who don't use pesticides and chemicals. Yeah, so they are growing so that they don't destroy the land. When people say save soil, You can save soil only if you believe and encourage a farmer not to put poison in his soil. Yeah, yeah,
Lovely interview. I had a lovely time. I learned a lot. Some words like black gold. It's
yeah.
like, wow, that's interesting. I never saw it like
Yeah.
that. So that's a very lovely way of
Yeah, it's
putting it.
more precious than the metal gold that we
And when you
wear.
said, yeah, I have to pay the rent. Of course, yeah, we are
Yeah,
to be paying the rent
yeah,
every day.
yeah,
So some really important. I mean, it's just few words, but then I think it's
yeah,
stuck in my head
yeah,
now. So yes, I will put myself into action and the entire Spark team as well, and try to see how we can keep the environment
yeah,
so
yeah.
in a much friendly manner. Yes.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
I'm so thankful for Spark being in my life because this is something that I never thought would happen. That I will always think that I am not fully fit and I will never be fully fit. But now there is a big hope with Spark to be that person that I want to be. And age, I never count my age. I want to say I'm not old. I am still enough,
We
to
have
run.
75, 80-year-old veterans who are participating in triathlons and things like that. So
Wow.
we have all those kind of events
Yeah,
happening. I'm sure, I mean, sporting population is different,
yeah,
but with your functionally what you're doing
yeah,
and your service,
yeah,
what you're doing for the
yeah.
public here, I think we are at your service, ma'am, and we'll try to do our
Super,
best.
super, super. I just draw that strength from you so that I can go on, not stop.
Thank you for the
Thank
opportunity,
you.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you.
It was lovely meeting
Lovely
you
meeting you.
too.